guys, and welcome back to Rena's Path on Let's Play Star Ocean 2. We are at the city of Lingua, and I know I said I was going to go right into the Tournament of Liqueur, but I want to do this really quickly first. Now, we've already shown off this little cutscene with Claude's Path, and it plays out exactly the same this way. This is where we meet the very strange-looking radio-controlled car, as Claude called it, and... did we get her name? I'm going to fast forward through it because it doesn't really matter. We've seen all this stuff before. But basically, there is a specific private action that you can only get if you recruit this character before going to Liqueur for the first time. So at least I think it is. In the guide it says the castle, so maybe you can go to the town. But anyway, I'm just going to do it now because it's simpler. I also had to come over here to buy some skills, not that it really matters because the tournament on Rena's Path is much easier for Claude since you don't really get a chance to control them. Don't read so much into what I say. Yeah, if you had paid attention there, Ashton was saying that he thought she was kind of cute or something like that. That plays up into why I've decided to split the paths the way I have. On Rena's Path, there are some more abilities, some more private actions that give items that involve both Ashton and Celine, as well as Ashton and this other character, which is why I decided to pair them together. I don't like these characters in battle as much as, as much as the other characters that you can get instead of them. So you need to watch that cutscene. You couldn't do a private action before. Now do a private action. And then this will play out in recruiting the character as well as getting some other stuff. Now, on Claude's Path, if you want to recruit this character, you have to go up here and there'll be a cutscene here. On Rena's Path, you have to go down here. I'm not sure why the requirements are different for recruiting the character, but they are. So, anyway. There's a slight variance in the scene. Basically, Rena goes here. Claude goes and talks with the character directly. I'm trying not to spoil her name. But yeah, Rena runs into this very strange-looking dude. Somebody's old man. Okay, he's an old man. Why would I give him money? Oh well, whatever. No one's gonna get that. Oh well. Simply not satisfied with the way things are made. You're making improvements. It's a wonderful thing. Afraid of things they don't understand. They hardly ever recognize the value of what I'm doing unless they're actually helped out by them or helped out themselves by it. Oh, so the sort of light she's now viewing as something she didn't understand, which she never did before, but she's thinking maybe it's kind of relatable to this. Maybe it's something that can be created. It's interesting. Will you join me by having tea with some random old man? Don't feel like you have to. Sure, why not? We'll have tea with somebody's old man randomly. It's kind of creepy that an old man is asking for tea with a 17-year-old girl, but I digress. I don't have any problem with that, but I do worry about my daughter. Her name is Precious, and yes, she is very precious. Always concocting some gizmos when she has any time on her hands. Okay then, she's usually alone. Well, that's sad. Anyway, let's have some tea. We're in Precious's living room, and that just sounds awkward to me, but oh well. I hope you'll be a friend. Oh, so he's not trying to perv on the little kid. He's trying to find friends for his daughter. At least that makes more sense. I don't know. Maybe I see pervy stuff like that because I watch too much Law & Order SVU. I don't know. I've always enjoyed that show. Finally, they do a really good job of framing things so that you either really hate a character or are really invested in the returning characters and, you know, what happens to them. Oh, would you look at that? Yeah, so basically, depending on who your lead character is, you'll meet either Precis or Precis's father, and then you get to see the scene. This part of the scene all takes place the same way, but prior to, there were some differences. It's not particularly important. It doesn't really matter. If you're going on a date, just tell me you're going on a date. Who's the jerk, huh? If you're going to bring men home, keep them hidden. I don't want to see them. These two do not act like, you know, father-daughter. They act like two people who live in the same houses, hate each other, and always have, you know, their own kind of people over, and they don't like their own, you know, the other's people. Or dates, or friends, or whatever. Both Claude and Rena are like, geez, I don't even want to be here anymore. And now, automatically, they get stuck over on one side of the table like, we're going to hide over here. These two are crazy. Way after the dead. Why you decided to build these things? Just a random note. I just noticed it on the standing little, I guess, separator, divider, shield thing at the bottom of the screen. There's Japanese characters on there. Huh. It was the first time I really noticed that. Could say it was inspiration. Well, there's Busted again. At least in Star Ocean Till the End of Time, they were smart enough to give him some clothes that didn't make him stand out quite so much. Here, they just bring it up once or twice throughout the game, and everyone just kind of accepts it or ignores it. Sorry for such poor hospitality. Not at all. Gotta love some tea. In fact, I could go for some tea right about now. Well, after the episode, sure, why not? Ah, Precious, I mean Precis. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce her name, is Precis or Precis? I would guess Precis. I think they're trying to make the joke on, she's a teenager, she's so precious. I guess. I don't know. That's just my guess. Picked up a big, humongous piece of shining steel, you know. Said that it had fallen from the sky. You mean like the sorcery globe? Kinda like that. Then what? Like jealous or something and like pouting, would you? Yeah, she talks like, you know, stereotypical teenagers from way 20 years ago or whatever. I guess this came out, what, 15 years ago? 16, 17? I don't know. Time is hard. Time is very difficult. Well, I really don't. That's okay. That's great. Or are you still kind of thinking about Claude? No, I'm not. Okay, there's no problem then. There is a problem. A big problem. Why? Well, because... Uh-oh, she's trying to come up with an idea now. How come? What is it? It's because of the Sorcery Globe. It's all because of the Sorcery Globe. Sure, that's not really a reason, but okay, sure. We have to investigate Sorcery Globe, and we don't have the time to hang around with you. That's it. We don't have time. Sure, don't have time. You're actually going to take a look at the Sorcery Globe? Of course. We're doing stupid things. Yep, she's coming. Can I go? Can't I? Please? Basically, she's a teenager and she's got a little bit of a crush on Claude, if it hasn't kind of been made slightly apparent by now, but yeah, that's her whole deal. And if you remember what we showed with Ashton, Ashton has a little bit of crush on her, and I think she's 15 in this game? Something like that. Anyway, she's too young, but oh well. It's not going to change what the characters do, is it? So you just want to advance technology and build more things. Sounds like a really creative, really chaotic person. Well, you're kind of crazy, but you're just a person. I don't know why anyone would treat you differently. Anyway, this is the option. You can recruit either Pressis or another character in this town named Bowman. If you don't do this private action, you'll automatically get Bowman, and I like Bowman slightly more. So I'm going to go with Bowman on Claude's path, and I'm going to go with Pressis on this path. Pressis, if you're going to recruit her, it almost makes sense to get Ashton. And if you get Ashton, you should obviously recruit Pressis, because they have a couple of private actions together that are unique, as well as one being required for the other's ultimate, or one of their ultimate killer moves. So anyway, I would put those two together if you want to, and I think that works better on Rena's path. But going Opera, Ernest, and Bowman as the choices on Claude's path makes a lot of sense to me, since I'll be using, well, most of those characters. She'll meet us at the town gate, and she's really happy. And if you go inside, I think she's packing in her room or whatever. I'm not going to do any pickpocketing here because we're already way over time. I didn't think that cutscene was going to take anywhere close to that amount of time. But as you go to leave, any characters you have in your party, I think, get like friendship and relationship points upped for recruiting Pressis. I don't know. It doesn't matter. First adventure, so I don't really know what to take with me. Are you ready? Ready, steady, go. Yeah, you should probably do that. I think it's also one of the rare times you're actually able to pickpocket Pressis in this town. You mean she's... Well, Ashton's happy. Is this a good idea? She's kind of young. Then again, so is Rena. Guess I should introduce myself. Does a twirl. I'm Pressis. I'll be coming on with you. Nice to meet y'all. Okay, let's go. Pressis joins the party. So yeah, I wanted to do that because there's a specific private action with Pressis back in Mars that we can't do after we go to the castle. So I will meet you in Mars. Or on Mars. Okay, we've arrived at Mars. Sure, why not? And I'm not sure if I have to do any other private actions prior to doing the one with Pressis. In fact, I don't even know where Pressis is off the top of my head, because I don't think I've ever done this private action. The only reason I'm showing this off is because it opens up another private action way later in the game on Disc 2. Are they now? Does it bother you? It's not that, but I'm not sure what he's talking about. Maybe he likes it when they're more antsy. But yeah, Pressis, where would she be? I am not entirely sure. I believe this private action is available on both paths, and it unlocks one later on in the game in a separate city on Disc 2, and from that one you get an item. So I think that's the only reason why I set it aside as something I wanted to do. So she's not in this half of the town. I have no idea where she is. I've never done this one before, so let's see if we can find her. There's Claude. Is she in here? Maybe? Maybe it's not set up yet? But she should still be somewhere. There's only one other place left to check. Only one other building. Of course, it'll be the last one. There she is. There we go. What are you doing in such a place? Join up and move on soon. Okay. It's a nice little village. There's nothing to do here. It's boring. Come and play hide and seek. I don't know why that creates a heart emotion or emoji or whatever you want to call that. But yeah, Rena's not really up for that. What's the matter with playing a little game of hide and seek? We'll do it later, I promise. I would guess. Give me a sec. I haven't done this one before. Okay, it's the logical answer. You just click this one. I just wanted to make sure. So later on, we will play some hide and seek with her. Of course, considering this triggers a private action later in the game, that's when we'll be playing hide and seek. But anyway, yeah. All of this just so, you know, I made an entire episode of recruiting her, showing this private action, simply so that we would get that one little bit of dialogue, and that's it. Yep. Anyway, I will meet you in Liqueur. Okay, we're back in Liqueur. I've done a few of the events. I was going to do the private action with the old lady that's there, because that's available on both paths, but she's not there right now, probably because these two are set up to do a private action. So I figured since I happen to run into it, we'll show this one off. Talking about Claude's clothes, or God, that just sounds weird. Yep. Dresses a bit differently. I wonder where he bought those clothes. They're a bit strange. A bit weird. What business of yours? I bet you that's going to sound really jealous. Sure, we'll go for that one. I think that's probably going to lead to the funniest part. I sure don't. Don't you think they're too simple? A bit more flashy. Let's say he is the hero. Then perhaps he should be wearing a legendary sword and armor that's more suitable. Yeah, that looks like a hero. It's just not him, you know? I guess he's just fine as he is. You might as well put a skirt on him. We know how this is going to end, don't we? That would be perfect. And he wears a dress, not a skirt, but that's fine. It's still funny. It's a nice little private action, and it plays off the humor of this game really well. Splitting sides. Are you trying to kill us? Probably. Yeah, you probably shouldn't. Better not to force things. Alright, so I'm going to do some more private actions, and we'll see. I don't think there's going to be much left to this episode, but we'll get things all set up and ready for the tournament before the end. Okay, we're back. We're in a room in the castle that I didn't go over before, and it's unique because the princess Rosalia actually comes back here. She was the one who was supposed to marry Prince Clothier, and because this is on Rena's path, she's actually moved back here. If you're on Claude's path, then she won't be here. We can steal that princess's ring from her. I wonder who can equip that. It's a unique thing you can steal from her. I'm guessing. Increase its wearer's MP. Okay. By how much? Let's see. 179. And she's already got a Mind's Ring on. It's a 279, so it increases by 100. That's actually not half bad. I wonder if I can give that to, say, someone like you. Doesn't look like it. I'm guessing it's probably female only. Can you even equip it? I know what I can do. I can go into the menu. Should still be identified as new. There it is. Yeah, those two are the only ones who can equip it. It doesn't really matter for them. I'd much rather have it on, say, someone like Pressus, or even Ashen, or even Claude, just because they need more MP, but it's there if you want to try and get it. It's relatively rare to steal. So yeah, I missed getting that star ruby from the chest there on the other path. By the way, to know where this is, I'll just backtrack down here. This is the throne room, which is right up here. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is. I did all the other stuff and set things up. Next time, we'll be heading into the inn there and setting things up for the tournament. That's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.